All right, so we are live. So I am going to. All right, so
Whoop.
we are live. I'm gonna mute that because I don't want that playing. All right, so it's a really cool design. I love Wabi or whoever designed it. But I am Triskelion from TAW, and I am joined by Huff from First Ranger Battalion on this wonderful game day. Welcome, Huff.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's no problem. Now, would you care to explain what we're doing here? Because this does not look like insurgency like I'm used to.
That would be because it's not Insurgency. It's Day of Infamy, the World War II mod that became a standalone for Insurgency just recently. What we are doing here is a friendly realism between TAW and the 1st Ranger Battalion Realism Unit. And during this friendly realism, we will be doing attacks and defense against fixed positions with 1 life, similar to Counter-Strike.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Are there any special rules that go along with the realism mode?
Absolutely, there are. So, in a realism, the defenders may not cross the midline. And what the midline is a imaginary line chosen by whoever is running said realism across the map that is attempts to slice the map in half in the best way possible. On this map, the midline is directly through the bridge on C, vertical, all the way across the map. Each team may be on their respective sides of the riverbed, but no team may go into the water itself. This is to simulate the defense being dug in fixed positions instead of being spread out all across this city.
Oh, that sounds fun. Now, how does the attacker team or the defending team actually win the round?
The defending team wins the round one of 2 ways. They either eliminate the entire attacking team, or the attacking team fails to eliminate the defending team before the 15-minute round time limit expires.
Ooh, I like these kinds of rules. They will make for some very good choke points that we'll see.
They absolutely do. Actually, just recently we had an official scrim, and during said official scrim, the round timer ended, and that is how we won said the scrim. And yeah, that made for some upset people, but it's there for a reason. It's there for the attackers to make sure that they are always moving forward, because if you've noticed, especially when you play games like Insurgency, people have a tendency to crawl forward. And if you don't give them a set time limit, it'll take forever. So
Of course. So, putting this into a real-world perspective, how exactly would you equate this to an actual battle? Like, what would the time limit signify for like a real battle? Would this be like reinforcements or?
Yeah, the time limit would signify that, you know, the defending team has intel that there's attackers on the way to their positions, so they are digging in and finalizing their defensive positions and their fields of fire before the attacking force actually hits their town. So that's what that setup time is. That allows you to set up and dig in and get your men organized, and then the attackers will hit you. So, you know, in a real World War II scenario, if you had good intelligence, you would know that you were about to get hit by a large force. And that is what this attempts to simulate.
Well, that sounds great. So, a 5-minute setup time, what are you really expecting to see from, well, your side is very used to this, so what are you guys expecting to really do for your 5 minutes? Do you always have the same goal in mind, or we're covering this building, or is it always fluid based on what the enemy's done?
Honestly, that is up to the individual tacticians, you know, their own will. Sometimes we have a very static defense. We're set up in set positions and we don't flex. And, you know, we have overlapping fields of fire. Other times, we have a fluid, sometimes called rolling defense, which is we have a front line, a fallback point, and then a tertiary fallback point, which is like our final Alamo situation. So honestly, it's really all up to the individual leader of each team to decide how they want to attack and how they want to defend.
That sounds great. I'm hoping to, since this is TAW's first time in this kind of situation, especially for Insurgency, which is such a fast-paced game, it'll be interesting to see how they try and compensate and handle that.
Absolutely, I agree. I'm very interested to see it.
Oh yeah, and welcome to Mr. Cookie and Clouds. This should be an interesting game once we get started. We are on an intermission. We wanted to get a good introduction of what you'll actually be seeing from this event beforehand.
So it looks to me as if we're almost ready to go. So I'm going to shoot a message out to the guys and see if they're ready, and we might be able to get this round going.
This sounds great. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the TAW streaming team for helping us out, getting this all started, and just in general, Ranger Battalion, 1st Ranger Battalion, actually filling us in on this Day of Infamy event and letting us have some fun with you guys. And the reason he's not answering back is because he's the actual admin typing in. Yeah. Not because he's totally ignoring me or anything. Right, Huff?
And we are starting that setup time. I apologize.
Were you able to hear anything I said?
I heard everything you just
said. So, we've got a 5-minute timer for the defending team to really get set in and get their position set. Now, like Huff has said, they cannot cross the middle line here. However, you'll see that Noji over here and Lord Moist, his Sagi Excellency, have set up a position that allows them to cover a very good push on this river, but they are fairly exposed as well.
Absolutely, and if you look on the far, far west flank, actually it's a north flank, Wabi is set up in your archways, and this is the benefit here of having a fluid midline instead of just a static vertical line. The fact that your team, the Axis team, is able to set up anywhere on their side of the riverbed allows for a position like Wabi's, and that position is going to be something to watch.
Oh, definitely. Now, I would like to actually see a sniper in this position, or because the actual vertical areas here are so open, I'm not sure having a sniper in there is going to be the best bet. But we'll see.
I think something like a Gewehr 43 would be an excellent weapon in that position. That allows you to acquire a target at long range while still having the firepower and fire rate to take out multiple people should you get pushed.
Oh, definitely. Now, you can see Master doing exactly what I would actually really expect of a sniper, just sitting far back and just he is set to go.
Yeah, he's in a killer spot, especially he's deep in the room, and if you notice, a lot of people have a tendency to want to sit right on the edge of those rooms, right on the wall and peek, but you're silhouetted. If you sit back in the room, you get shadowed, and it makes it very difficult for you to be seen from across the map.
Oh, definitely. And thank you very much for the follow over there, over at TAW TV. Unfortunately, I had my screen very small, so I saw the warning come up for it, but it's not giving me any actual name or anything associated with it. So I'm sorry about that, but thank you very much for following, and welcome to TAW TV.
So, analyzing the map currently, it looks as if TAW's initial Axis defense is going to be a frontal defense. The large majority of the TAW team is set up right on that midline area. So it should be interesting because if the first Rangers are able to penetrate a specific part of that defense, they will get behind the TAW defenders
Welcome,
quite quickly.
Katsune.
So it'll be fun to see.
Good to see you. Oh, definitely. Now, this is from someone who hasn't played this game mode before. I would expect this is actually a very common setup to start with. But depending on the actual flanks that come out from the 1st Ranger Battalion, it'll be interesting to see if that actually is going to hold up against their push. I'm trying my best not to move around so much because I know it does distort it a little bit. Sorry about that. But the spectator bot in this doesn't actually want to slow down for me. I'm sorry. So I will do my best to be a bit more fluid, but we will see what goes on here. And it seems like we've got a little bit of a change because we do have so many new, members coming in here. It's a 13 on 13. So, or I'm sorry, a 12 on 12. So the rules for weapons will be a little different. So you can get another sniper or an MG, which are very key weapons in this kind of game mode. How does 1st Ranger Battalion like actually using those?
So we have a number of very good marksmen when it comes to the sniper rifle. You know, a lot of self-proclaimed bests with the sniper rifle. But as far as the machine gun goes, that is the Defender's best tool. And our guys really do love using it. You can lock down an entire area with it. So it'll be interesting to see how both sides utilize it. One side coming from the Realism background with the 1st Rangers. One side coming from a, you know, tactical pubbing sense with the TAW players, so it'll be great to see.
Oh, it definitely will be. Now, I know in most of our competitive game modes, MGs are taken out just because of that fact that they're so powerful and can hold, they can hold a line so well. And if you have someone backing them up so that they can actually reload safely, they're pretty unbeatable until you get a explosive in there.
Absolutely. A machine gunner is, you know, they can win the game for you. As can a sniper. All right, so as we can see, the round timer is just expired. That was the setup time. We are now live, and what that means is the attackers are now going to engage the defenders.
Yes, they will. So we're going to see a good, looks like a two-prong push from these guys coming in. So we're going to follow...
you know what to do.
We're going to follow, I'm going to say this is their sniper coming up these stairs. He lost the last round during the warm-up, so we'll see if he takes a round here.
Just don't peek windows unless you know where targets are.
And as you heard from them, they don't want mistakes happening right off the bat, because a loss here it's huge, because you can't respawn. So we've got our sniper from TAW Master over here, just looking directly at the window that they're trying to set up at, and we'll see what happens with it. Looks like they may not be able to see each other because of this barricade here.
So if you hit X, you can actually turn on an X-ray effect.
Ah, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
See, we are not as used to this as you are.
And that way you can see everybody's positions.
Oh, yes. Now, this is wonderful, but for someone who hasn't actually played this game, this looks like it's very easy to see everyone. It is nearly impossible for Master to see this guy without either those binoculars you see him using or his rifle scope. But we do have quite a bit of gunfire going out here.
Yeah, we've got our initial trades right now.
We got guys in the boathouse.
And they're giving some good call-outs from your side, from our 1st Ranger Battalion, and a great flank coming out from your guys, too. Wilson looking the wrong way for this flank. I'm wondering, though, if that's going to benefit them if 1st Ranger Battalion's not going to be ready for that.
All right, so the 1st Ranger's pushing up to the north right now, and if you look at the concentration of the TAW defense, you'll see that there are quite a few TAW members in this big sniper house over here, and the Allied push is moving right towards them.
Oh, yes. And that was a beautiful Piat from 1st Ranger Battalion going all the way across river right into the window. It's a beautiful law.
So the Piat is a wonderful weapon. It's a spring-loaded weapon, so it does not have the range of the weapons like the Panzer, Shrek, or the bazooka. But what it can do is, as you just saw, is drop into somewhere that you wouldn't normally be able to hit because of that spring. The low velocity allows it to drop right on someone's head.
Yes, it does. But I always have trouble. If you're not used to lobbing it like that, I can't hit anything
tough.
with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if TAW's learning from its mistakes with these two gentlemen right here just sitting in these windows. They may not be able to stay there for very long if 1st Ranger Battalion keeps pushing up like they are.
So yeah, so if you look outside the building right now, we actually have PFC Stringer directly outside those buildings, and he just used one of the best things the Commonwealth has, which is an impact smoke grenade. Somewhat unrealistically, these grenades will stick to surfaces and provide smoke from them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's an extremely useful tool.
Oh, yeah. And great push in. You saw that right there.
Absolutely.
Stringer's just clearing this building with his team, really working together. I don't think Ghost Ray has the right idea. Oh. Now, they traded pretty well, but I'm not sure how well this will work for them. Ooh. Oh. Man, 1st Ranger Battalion really clearing that house, though. Absolutely taking control.
That was a beautiful assault. You know, attrition is a thing, and you guys have that second street, that second line of defense really supported your frontal line well. So that's why the 1st Rangers did lose quite a few members as they moved into that building, but they did secure it.
Yep. Now, you'll see they're getting a lot more spread out than they were before, because we have a group of 3 over at one side and a group of 3 as well over on the south side here. They're very spread out now. I don't know how well this will work for them.
Yeah, they're losing the defender's advantage, which is to mass together.
Oh yes, and I have to get X-ray on because they've just absolutely lost me over here, just going in and out of these buildings. Now you'll see TAW's over here trying to kind of stay together, but still not just give them ground. So it seems like they're trying to kind of work a little bit closer together as they feel the pressure coming in from 1st Ranger.
And I'm looking right now, and a lot of the TAW members have actually fallen back to the E point, and that is essentially on a pub server. That is Axis spawn. So they've fallen back as far as they can to basically garrison this last building, this last line of defense, in the hopes that they can stem the tide of the assault.
Definitely. Now, I'm not so sure what Noji and Moist. I'm not so great with this map, but they seem to be they seem to have fallen back a bit too far. They may be out of the actual combat for quite a while and unable to really support TAW at all from their position.
That is actually what it's looking like right now. So if I were them, what I would have done is if you look at this ruined building that you were directly above, that would have been a good fallback point for them. That allows them to manipulate the right flank near the water, as well as cover this 3-story hotel building. So they could have set up there. It would have been a little riskier, but it would have been far easier for them to move in and support the rest of TAW.
Oh, definitely. Now, they may be actually banking on the fact that 1st Ranger Battalion only has 8.5 minutes left. So,
correct.
I mean,
that's the tough part on the assault is, you know, when you're facing a rolling defense such as TAW is employing right now, you need to move, and you need to move quick, and you don't want to move too quick because you think you might get hit from every corner. So it's a tough balance.
Hey, come on, let's push, guys. Come on.
And as you guys see, a little bit of little push over here from Bullock and Morgan coming through, getting their team to actually really engage in this building after they cleared out Nya. But
assaults in a realism are exceptionally difficult. Most of the time, the defense wins. I'd say a 70% win rate for defending teams.
Now, unfortunately, he's going to get flanked right here, and beautiful timing from Hounds there. I'm sorry, Pulowski.
Absolutely. Pulaski saved Lieutenant Colonel Bullock right there, because had he not come around that corner, that G43 would just torn him to shreds.
Wabi. hopefully he can actually get this and not give away his position in the same
He's in an excellent position.
He has to hear everything that the enemy's doing right there. So this might be a pretty good play right here, because if they go right past Wabi, and this is Wabi here in this corner, if they push past him, he may have an advantage here, because both teams don't have that many left.
Absolutely. So a common tactic once you've gone out of that D building that they just captured is to go towards the barn area. And if they go towards that barn area without checking that crook in the corner Wabi's in, they will get eviscerated by him.
Oh, definitely. Now,
he may only have a K98, but he can absolutely take the team out with it.
Oh, definitely. If he had a grenade as they were pushing up, it would have been beautiful, but of course you can't always have all of your kit by this far in the round. So
having an officer class allotted is just a wonderful thing. We do not have it during this round, but if you have an officer class, you can call in the supply drops, and those supply drops, not only do they heal you, which is great during a one-life realism, they also can rearm grenades, rearm your primary weapon, so when you do a realism that has an officer, it's just so much fun. It's a great time.
And you definitely see the 1st Ranger Battalion, they know where the 2 TAW members are in this back building. They've found that out, so they've cleared everything else. At this point, they have a little under 6 minutes to just do as they please in this round, so long as they can clear this building. Now, how would you go actually about this? Because they don't even know that Wabi's still alive down here in this corner. Oh, actually, nope. They may be checking it with these 2 men coming out. Oh, Wabi's missed.
Wabi is about to kill Brooks.
Oh, Wabi kicking himself for missing those shots.
Oh, goodness.
But I think that really surprised them. If he had waited just a little bit longer,
absolutely
guaranteed that shot.
Brooks is about to get flanked. Watch this real quick.
Yep. Oh, the jump. Oh. Kicking himself for that shot. And his teammate. Yes, but he needs to back up because that grenade.
As we see right there,
yes.
Brooks was far extended away from the rest of his team.
Yep, and his teammate also coming in, just absolute, backing up into the grenade. No.
Okay.
So, as you can see from that, sometimes being able to capitalize on a mistake doesn't always work out for you if you can't actually finish the kill. It was wonderful to see, though, and I definitely think that TAW might be rethinking some of their positioning and exactly how they're going to go about the next round. But a beautifully executed round by 1st Ranger Battalion. Definitely seeing the difference between the experience in this game mode.
So I will just be spawning in for a moment to assist. I'm not playing.
Just telling them all of what happened, yeah.
Absolutely not.
No. This is a wonderful kind of first, as you saw in the title, first contact between the 2 groups. So hopefully there will be a few more of these. We have some people interested in playing this kind of game mode, and definitely playing Dave Infamy as well. So it's great to see this kind of interaction between the 2 groups.
Absolutely. We definitely really enjoy. A lot of our guys are watchers of the TAW stream, so we really do enjoy TAW, and it was wonderful to be able to reach out. Wabi reached out to us, made a post on our forums, and got in contact and really just initiated this entire thing. So thank you to Wabi.
Oh, definitely. We thank our lucky stars that we have them all the time. But we're seeing. I think we will be having a. Which side will be attacking this round?
So we are swapping the roles, but not the sides. So currently the Axis will now attack, and the Commonwealth will defend.
All right. So we see a little bit of movement coming out from the Commonwealth over here, but very far back. Is this normal, or will they be? Are they discussing still, and will take the next 2 minutes to move?
They are currently organizing their small little fire teams, and then they will disseminate those fire teams among different positions. The way the 1st Rangers enjoy... hang on. Wabi has a rules question. One moment.
Yes. Now, so while he's doing that, just going through, and you can see there's a lot of communication right here, just breaking up the teams. They still got 2 minutes. 5 minutes for a for setup is a long time, and you don't always have to just run straight out. So they are very defensive about this, and definitely setting up and getting all of them just really set up and making sure that they have everything covered. So they may be playing farther back than TAW might be ready for, and that might catch them unawares as well. All right. Sounds good. Now, like I was saying before, there is a huge discrepancy between the setup that you guys have over at 1st Ranger Battalion and we as TAW had for the past round, you guys are very far back from where we were, and making sure that you guys are covering each other's flanks, and most likely that's always gone into the process of covering. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I apologize. I'm here.
No,
because
it's
of
just
behind
fine.
the scenes work. Yeah, so
You gotta fall back too.
the first Rangers, we've been doing realism. Some of us have been doing realism for 12 to 13 years. And while realism has changed a little bit and the games have changed, the men haven't. So the experience that we bring to this game mode particularly really allows us to just instinctually set up our defenses, our attacks. And, you know, with a group like TAW, I mean, you guys have been playing games for probably just as long as we've been playing realism. So where we have a, big boon to our ability to play realism, you guys have a boon in just general player skill. And that was actually shown last round. Your riflemen compared to our riflemen are pretty on point. So it's really interesting to see the disparity.
Oh, I thank you. Now, you talked about game skill. Now, TAW doesn't just have FPS games, so we have a StarCraft 2 division and just a multitude of games that not everyone considers a real competitive type game. So, just a huge spread. So, a lot of those don't always translate directly, but you get a lot of time management. You get a lot of actual strategy as well. So, a huge spread in actual game knowledge from that. But we always like to see how we fare against others, so it's always fun to do these kinds of competitions.
Absolutely. I do really appreciate that you guys are spread between so many different games as well. I mean, you're just a great gaming community, like huge gaming community, and that's what gamers need, to be honest, is a group they can go to and just enjoy playing with. And the first Rangers, we're a little different. We do things in a traditional World War II military style way, and I like to liken it when I talk to my friends in real life. I like to liken it to a digital reenactment. That's kind of the best way to describe what we do. So there's a big difference, but at the core of both communities is just camaraderie, and it's fun to see in action on both sides.
Oh, definitely. And you'll see there is a very, I think TAW was definitely ready for a match right on the banks here, but I think you guys staying back so far has really thrown them off. They don't want to move. Oh, we got a little bit of gunfire, but they don't know where the enemy is right now. So this will be a very interesting round to see.
Absolutely.
If they're so wary now that they haven't even seen anyone, it might be a little bit before they actually even get the idea to push in so much farther to actually meet 1st Ranger Battalion.
I agree. If you look at the northern flank, there's a very slow-moving fire team moving out of those buildings right now on the TAW side. They're being very deliberate, checking every window, checking every nook and cranny. And they should be. But unfortunately, what that means is they're going to burn 2, 3, 4 minutes of round time before they even reach enemy contact.
Yes. Now, I have one question. I don't believe stuff should be in the river.
The attackers are able to be in the river.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had misunderstood. All right.
If you couldn't be in the river, you couldn't really cross the map.
I wasn't trying to point any fingers. I was just checking.
Absolutely. When you're doing a new type of game mode for a first time, it is difficult to learn the rules, so I fully understand. And especially when it's a self-imposed game mode as opposed to a map-controlled game mode, it's very different.
Oh, definitely. Now they've gotten the idea that they're not right at the river. We can push in and control this now. So
absolutely,
we're seeing a bit faster movement here, but hopefully that doesn't get them overextending, because we've only got 12. They have 12 minutes. That's a long time to play. So we'll see what they do, but they should be quite clear for another good bit of pushing.
See, the nice part about this is the part of the game that TAW will thrive at. Yes, we're doing realism, but you guys like to play fast and loose when it comes to shooters. That's what I've heard from Wabi. And when you're playing on an attack, fast and loose is the name of the game, so...
Yep, and as you just heard right there, you may not have been able to hear it, but Noji was splashing around in the water, and this gentleman right here called him out immediately. He knew exactly where the guy was, so a lot of the members of 1st Ranger Battalion have actually turned and looked at this flank now. But they may be... though there's quite a few grenades coming out. Hopefully that won't be a detriment.
So Lieutenant Broadway just employed a wonderful tool that the Commonwealth have, which is that white phosphorus handheld grenade, and that is a wonderful area denial weapon.
Is that what we were seeing right up by the river there?
Absolutely. That sparkling smoke, not only does it obscure vision, but if a member of the enemy team were to run into that, it would actually light them on fire and kill them.
Ooh.
Yes. So
the
British also have a white phosphorus artillery round, which does the same thing over a much wider area.
Oh, beautiful. Now, Wabi knows a teammate just died next to him, but he's not really knowing where that shot came from, so... Ooh. Just getting pick after pick here. I think TAW might have overextended a little bit, and they're paying for it. Big time.
So if you check over near the far southeast corner right now, we have Lord Moist, his soggy excellency, rounding a corner.
Ooh.
Oh, and he just took fire from that machine gun.
Yep. I don't know how he didn't get hit. But these, the denial of access for these flanks here is just unreal for 1st Ranger Battalion. Just, they've got their flanks locked down right now.
And Lord Moist is still peeking this. He's still playing with fire.
Now, is that just an LMG, or is that also a sniper over there somewhere as well?
So that is the Bren, which is a squad served, like similar to what the SAW would be now, the M249. But it only has the 30-round clip, and then there's also, I believe, a sniper in that area that can turn to the left immediately to support.
Yep, and he is on the roof right there, just covering.
Absolutely.
So. Oh, yeah.
And as you can see, we don't leave. The 1st Rangers aren't leaving that Bren to just fend for himself. There are 2 people to his direct left covering him and covering his other angles as well.
Oh, definitely. So, you'll notice that there's a very big discrepancy between the 2 teams right now. TAW has taken a lot of losses right here in this push, which they are not really taking back. So there needs to be a huge change. Yep, another one goes down. They're just too exposed.
So you can hear that Owen Mark II from Stringer coming out the window. Wabi just threw a grenade at that balcony and almost got Stringer, but Stringer returned the favor.
I got smoke on the church.
Yeah, and they've smoked off this window where they think that they're coming from, so...
Yeah, I believe that was Wabi that, with his dying breath, threw a grenade in there.
It was very well done. So
absolutely.
But Moist over here, just really pushing his luck against that Brent.
Oh, we got an FG-42.
Ooh, a very nice double kill.
Absolutely, that FG-42 is a weapon of war.
Definitely, and Noji just absolutely playing with fire in this building, though, pushing him.
He utilized that weapon excellently, though. That weapon is a street sweeper.
Definitely. Now, we're going to see, hopefully, a bit of contact between Stuffed right here down below and your man in the building, Stringer. Stuffed is one of our good players on competitive, so I'm hoping that... I should not talk before something happens.
Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse, right there.
He definitely enjoys the pistol, and we see Moist finally going down, but not to the Brent this time.
There's one more. Oh, that was. Okay, cool.
Alright, and that was all the players for TAW just going down right there. You saw an excellent holdout. And next time I swear I won't call Stuffed out for what he may or may not do, just in case. But definitely, you can definitely see the difference in experience between the 2 teams. We're learning how to move through this without being really able to make mistakes because we don't have anyone. I know. Yeah, Tic Tac. Well, I'll stop looking at anyone. I'll just look at the map from now on. But we definitely see that with competitive, you're able to make mistakes. You're able to respawn after capping an objective. So your intel doesn't always have to be, they're shooting at me, they're over there. It can be, I've pushed this far, everything behind me might be clear. I think
Absolutely.
I think 1st Ranger Battalion is really capitalizing on the their experience with actually getting in there and getting intel without paying the price.
One of the things that the 1st Rangers enjoys doing, so every Sunday we all get together, or we all attempt to get together. Obviously, real life gets in the way. And we run what we call company drills. And during those company drills, we do attack drills, we do defense drills, we do artillery drills, we do specific weapon drills. And all of those drills are designed to refine and hone a specific part of our game that our commanding team notices that we're lacking in. So after this scrim, you know, our command team will analyze how we performed and really just get down to the nitty-gritty of what we could have fixed. And then maybe next Sunday's drills will be specifically referencing that.
Oh, definitely.
And that's how we've gotten better at our realisms.
Definitely. There's always something to learn from victory or defeat. So,
Agreed.
we're seeing a different setup here. There are some TAW members that are really a bit farther back than they were before, so, but definitely seeing the same mistake of being right on the edge of the objective for defending.
Absolutely. So for the Commonwealth side, which normally when this map's played on a pub server, it's the Americans on the Allied side. But on the Commonwealth side, the best buildings is actually where the 1st Rangers set up. That back area, we call it Commander's House, all the way, let me see exactly where it would be. So up where Facepalm is,
Yep.
that back quadrant is like the most secure area to defend on the map. If you set up a forward defense as the Commonwealth, you are very easily flanked. And so it will be interesting to see exactly how Wabi wants to get everybody organized. It looks like a good spread so far, though.
Oh, definitely. Now, unfortunately, though, a great spread doesn't always work once you start losing men, so...
Absolutely. You
We'll
need
see.
to react.
Oh, definitely. And that might just be the experience talking for how the 1st Ranger Battalion really reacted pretty well in the past round there.
Agreed. So, you know, communication is key always in any sort of competitive sport, whether you're playing League of Legends or Dota or World of Warcraft Arena or Day of Infamy. You need to communicate with your team, and if you communicate where that enemy is coming from and adjust accordingly, it doesn't really matter how far spread out you are.
Mm-hmm. Now this seems a little interesting here. We have, I believe this is Noji, yes. We have Noji here set up with a machine gun just absolutely pinned on that building in front of him.
Oh, that's an excellent position for that Lewis gun. So, as you can see, I mean, you're looking right over his shoulder. Noji has all of these windows that he can take out, but they aren't going to be able to fire back at him easily because it's a very shallow angle. So, and that MG penetrates walls. Not a lot, but just enough. So, if he puts sustained fire on a spot where he knows somebody is, he may take them out through a wall.
Oh, definitely. And even if he doesn't hit anyone, you can't peek a window when you've got a Lewis gun raining bullets on you.
That suppression effect is absolutely vicious. So.
Oh, definitely. Now, so we have 1 minute remaining, and it looks like Noji may have maybe he's picking a different spot here. We'll see what he actually does when the round starts, but definitely seeing that really spread out atmosphere from the previous round as well. Or not previous, I'm sorry, the first round.
Taking a look at the 1st Rangers right now before this round goes live, you can really see the assault setup. So they have 3 separate fire teams set up inside their spawn right now. Each has a radio because the 1st Rangers use exclusively in-game communication and in-game radios to communicate during a live round. And It looks like a nice weapon spread. So we've got a Panzerfaust in one team with rifles. That must be a long-range engagement team. We've got the sniper along with the radio, and then a close defense MP40. And then we have an MG34, which looks like another long-range support team. So it'll be very interesting to see how they choose to employ those weapons.
Oh, definitely. So now we're live. We're going to get this started, and as you said, they are keeping to those fire teams that they just built. So we've got one group going south. We have another group heading north along the what looks like to be along the waterfront, and it definitely looks like TAW rearranged, and they are falling very far back now.
Oh, absolutely! I just noticed that TAW is taking a rear defense to the max.
Definitely. Now, unfortunately, Fushi and Nya really late on that. I don't know if Fushi's going to actually fall back like he, like the rest of the team, because if he actually is far up here, he might be able to pick someone out, which he sees a couple.
If you find Lord Moist's position right now, his Soggy Excellency is doing a great job hiding around behind these staircases on the riverside, and if he listens nice and patiently, he may just be able to flank an entire squad.
Oh, he just might. Now, unfortunately, though, if I was him, I don't think his actual spot affords him that much hiding. I would
So the unfortunate
probably.
part about his spot is he can't leave it now.
No.
So he dropped in off the top, and according to the rules, if he touches that water, he just technically crossed the midline. So he has pinned himself here.
Whether or not he's actually realized that and will follow through with that, we'll see. But his Soggy Excellency may get a little soggier before the round's over.
Absolutely. Or possibly a little saltier. Who knows?
Oh, you never know. But we are seeing a good defined push from the from 1st Ranger Battalion. Definitely just sticking to those groups, like you said, engaging at their proper distances, and they're clearing buildings as they go. But Fushi not actually has met anyone yet because they haven't cleared out the buildings in front of him.
So the 1st Rangers are doing a south side push on this blue house here, and they're about to enter right now, so it'll be interesting. There's no one in it, but they don't know that.
Oh no. But just the pre-fires going out. Yeah, you're definitely seeing a much more cautious TAW this round. So a couple call-outs going out. Unfortunately, Palowski definitely missing the call because he's not in the building at all. He just hears them close. Oh, and a grenade. Oh, grenade! Oh, the door blocking it. That would have been beautiful. Unfortunately, he gave himself away a little bit.
Absolutely. So I am looking at
Smokes
what
out.
is this right here? So Masser's position is excellent because he can lock down that stairwell as well as dark room, and that's a definite route of advance that the Germans would love to use because that allows them to get right into that building, right in front of that, right next to his position, and just fire from those windows. So we'll see if they try to use it.
Oh, definitely. Unfortunately, though, since he is he has moved now as soon as I said this, he couldn't, because of the way this building is designed, he can't actually see down below him, so he's very susceptible to this flank. He can't give his team any information on it.
He can, however, hear the Germans talking because,
Yes.
as I said, the 1st Rangers use only in-game radio communication, so that's actually audible in-game to the enemy. So they know, he knows, and he has moved accordingly.
He has.
Getting ready.
Yeah, watch your back, young.
And Fushi has definitely fallen back. He knows he can't hold that by himself, so we'll see what actually goes on here. And Masser falling back to protect the river as he heard the enemies coming across, like you said, because in game communications, you can hear that if you're the enemy team.
This is going to be a very interesting engagement.
Oh, yes. Masser being very brave here, coming up. If the enemy team doesn't even expect this flank, it looks
they can't
like.
hear him walking.
These windows.
Oh, he saw the enemy cross there.
He got spooked. He got spooked.
Ah.
He's falling back a little bit. But actually, him falling back is better because they have circumvented his position.
Definitely. Now, he should be able to see this if he gets the kills. Great.
What a trade. That miss on both sides.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you're spooked, you just kind of want to put the round down range and not die. So it's not a bad decision to fall back. But it looks like Fushi finally met the enemy over here and got his kill. Definitely a very cheeky spot from Fushi.
Absolutely.
Oof, I feel very, very bad for Pulowski. Oh, and the peak is going to come out. Is he going to just... Oh, no. The miss. Beautiful. Definitely capitalizing on that second peak there.
Great job.
Definitely. And Master's still alive over here, taking it much slower this round. TAW is benefiting from this very passive playstyle now.
Okay, I have to push him.
We're going to see a conflict between Broadway right next to each other.
Back up to fountain
In
is
our
good.
chat right now, we have Kami Crazy. That is technician
No, that's
4th
me.
grade
I'm
we
Fountain
met from the
Square.
First Rangers. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
hold on.
Welcome, welcome.
Wilson, you go around it.
Now, if Master could hear these people, he would most likely be giving communications to our team, letting him know that there's something happening right next to him, and MacArthur just picking that guy, the carabiner. But definitely all around, wonderful play coming out. A lot more passive this round, but it seems to
Come on up.
keep it a lot longer. Ooh,
Good.
You got him. That was the guy.
oh
that
dear.
Clear out, what's it called?
Soggy.
Oh, Soggy.
Oh, Soggy. Just don't
They
do
didn't
anything
even
and he
check it.
wins.
They
He
didn't even
wins.
check it.
Right there.
Now you see this push coming through. Now Soggy cannot get this kill. Oh. Oh, did he see? You know, he didn't. Oh, no.
So neither
Soggy.
team has really seen Soggy. Soggy hasn't seen anybody else.
No, I'm pretty sure he knows exactly where they are. He for fear of for his life, cannot move from
Did
that
not
position.
want to move. Absolutely.
No. And it's a beautiful idea to not kill them, just because they've already checked it. According to them, they've already checked it. There can't be someone there.
Absolutely. So he may be able to hide and stretch this timer out and actually win
Oh, yes.
because of that.
Now we're seeing the picks coming out again from 1st Ranger Battalion. Definitely capitalizing on positioning here.
So you hear that MG34.
Mm-hmm.
And so normally you would expect an MG on defense, but the nice thing about an MG on attack is you can suppress the defenders in the windows
Oh,
to
definitely.
an extreme extent and get them to flush out, and then allow your regular
you
to
say so.
come off
Smoke
as
the
they
bridge
flush.
head.
Oh yeah, and you're hearing a huge amount of communications coming in from 1st Ranger Battalion here. Now I'm sure that TAW is also talking. Just you can't hear it in game, and that's a very good tactical advantage from TAW, because as you saw, TAW can hear the enemy talking if they're close enough. And Noji talking
Hear
back.
Noji.
Noji talking back, seeing if he can get a talking back, seeing if he can
The
get a little bit of a
intimidation.
rise. Oh yeah, and you see that's actually working. Broadway's trying to pre-fire all his positions here. He's giving away his spot very loudly here.
They're definitely in that building chilling. There's probably one under the bridge as well.
Yep, so we got a lot of calls going out and a lot of good information being traded.
Before it wastes.
So we'll see what actually happens here with Noji.
Well,
Oh,
here we are with the first Rangers moving across.
Yep.
MacArthur's under the bridge. He's actually pinned in the water.
yes he is. Noji not moving though, but it's beautiful that he's not because the enemy's right on him. Oh, it takes out 2 though.
That was a machine gun duel and a half right
Oh
there.
yes it was.
Gun
Now
versus
Step
MG.
too far.
you see they've pushed in. Noji, I think Noji's AFK. Oh,
Oh, and we
Got
got a
it,
team
yep.
kill from the first Rangers. That's unfortunate.
oops, stuff. No, stuff missing. Oh, the 1 kill. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh, the great trade though.
So the only member left is his Soggy Excellency.
Will
We'll
his
see
Saki.
if
Oh.
in 540 the first Rangers are able to go back and check his position.
Oh yes. Now, this is a huge psychological advantage here because the 1st Ranger Battalion, they can't push too fast. They don't have an unlimited amount of people. They only have 5. They also don't know how many people are left on the other team, but they can't just push recklessly here. But it's a beautiful advantage to see. Lord Moist, his Soggy Excellency, his mistake of being pinned right here is a huge help here. Will he actually be able to stay alive for it, though? That's going to be the real question. And Tic Tac, I think that says more of you than you wanted. But
And
we'll
so the
definitely
first
see.
Rangers are really just clearing every possible position at this point because they do not know where he is.
Definitely.
Hopefully somebody comes over to this riverbed and checks that spot, because if they do not, that will be a silly way to lose the game.
Oh, yes, it would be. Now, but it looks like one of your men in this building right next to him will make his way over, Tolson.
I hope.
But it's such an odd position. I don't know if you
sure
would
is.
really do it. And definitely, Kami, experience is definitely...
Stringer!
Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
Stringer didn't check it!
Oh, so what you're saying is if First Ranger Battalion loses, you're blaming it all on Stringer.
No,
That was his
no,
responsibility.
I'm gonna blame it on Sergeant MacArthur. I'm calling him out because when he crawled on that rock wall
True.
right there and took that shot through the back alley, he should have checked underneath him.
He ran directly towards him, too. I have no idea how he didn't, unless the gun covered him. But this is
unsure.
a beautiful way that...
Yeah. So this is
Oof.
TAW. This is Lord Moist, his Soggy Excellency, accidentally utilizing the rules to their fullest extent. So normally you can't really hide on a map like this. And
You can't.
He may just be able to get away with this.
No, he
Checking.
won't.
Here
Private
we
Young!
go.
Private Young! No! Aw.
Oh, and that's the round.
Nice shot.
Was he off the line?
Oh my
He was
goodness,
by the
I
river.
cannot believe how long that lasted.
Touch the river.
It was beautiful,
nice.
though.
Good.
A beautiful,
That's,
beautiful
like-
mistake that lasted a lot longer than he should have. Now, unfortunately, I have to say, when he heard all the people running around him, he may have wanted to reposition to actually be facing the wall instead of facing away from it. With
Absolutely.
with a
Keep that
person,
gun as far in as you
oh
can.
yeah, and with a person in a spot like that, a lot of times you're never checking the exact edge of that corner. You're checking far enough away that a person shouldn't be there. So you're checking quick. You're not going all the way in for fear that you're gonna be caught out by it too.
Absolutely. So
But-
that was just a beautiful round, and definitely an
definitely.
excellent attempt by Lord Moist, his Soggy Excellency, to really just run out that match timer. That's, so it seems gimmicky to have a match timer, but it's there for a reason, and that reason, it really just, it changes every round. Sometimes the attackers have a successful attack, like that last one, but other times, they only have 2 minutes left because they took way too much time moving up. And had they taken a little bit longer to move across the map, he would have probably just won that round for TAW. So
He could have.
very nice try.
Oh, definitely.
Sure.
Now,
Sorry about that.
if the going back to that position, if the map was just a tiny bit different, this actual position here, and he could have jumped across, it may have been a little cheesy, but he may have been able to reposition a little bit better as well.
So the reason the midline is the way it is to allow people to use a position like that. But unfortunately, you can't go into the river. So unless you're capable of making a running jump onto that other platform, which is possible, you just can't do it.
Oh no, definitely not.
So I hesitate, as an admin, I hesitate to not allow somebody to leave that position, because as long as they stick to their side of the river. Since that is like one of those very specific situations where you don't really have a choice. You can't get out of the position without touching the water. So, sometimes rules can be bent a small amount.
Oh, definitely. Now, I'm wondering if
Salt.
as we go through and let both sides set up, let 1st Ranger Battalion set up, I wonder if he had any explosives or other tools available to him that could have helped him live a little bit longer. Maybe distract
If
the
he
enemy.
had a grenade, that would have been beautiful. Just a simple frag grenade would have really gotten him just buckets of kills.
Oh, definitely. And definitely great. I'm not sure what was going through his head though when he saw the enemies so close to him in the middle of that round. I'll back away a little bit from First Ranger Battalion so we're not hearing their conversation. But I'm wondering what was going through his head there. If he was like, do I really want this one kill, or am I going to die immediately for it?
Right, exactly. Especially with the Car 98 or a Lee Enfield, those bolt action rifles, even with the greased bolt attachment, which really helps your bolting time. You cannot take out large groups of infantry with that type of rifle. Like, it just doesn't happen. If they're well trained, they will respond in kind. So.
And there's where a pistol, like you saw from Stuffed, is a huge advantage.
Absolutely.
You get that follow-up if you miss. As we saw with Wobby before, if you miss, you have no follow-up until you've cycled the bolt.
Yeah, it's very difficult. So.
Oh, definitely. So it's just a huge change of pace for TAW here, and it looks like they're learning as you saw from the last round there.
Absolutely.
But we'll need a huge paradigm shift in the way that we're approaching the attack here. Definitely.
So I have not been keeping track, and I do not know the score. I know the first Rangers have 2 rounds, but how many? At least 2 rounds. How many rounds does TAW have? Did TAW win their assault?
They did not.
Okay.
They got shut down real fast on that one. So that was definitely seeing there's a huge difference in playstyle between the attack and the defense as well. So I think TAW went at it a little bit too heavy-handed, and they paid for it by getting picked again and again. So they definitely didn't win, and I'm hoping to see a bit of a shift here as well.
Yeah, it would be nice to see TAW make it a 3-1 instead of a 4-0, but, honestly, it's a friendly, and that's the nice part about it is we're here. The first Rangers took this friendly because we just want to play games with TAW. You guys are awesome. You got a great group of people, and we wanted to teach you what we do. So, if you're interested in it, you guys can come back and play with us, or we can just come to your insurgency server sometime and play some games with you guys. So.
Yeah, just do it. I already covered it.
And now this is a very specific rule set. I believe we will possibly have a little bit of a more open-ended match after this, correct? Or not match, I'm sorry. A round or two after
so
this.
This is our realism setting, and we do Saturdays, we do realisms. And so we did the scrim right now with you guys. But then after this, we're going to do more realism. That's the plan. But we're going to change the weapons up and try to make it a little bit more spicy, a little bit more interesting. So we might add some officers. We might add, 2 engineers. We might add everybody with rifle grenades or something really just fun and that changes the pace of the game significantly.
I'm not sure Nochi knew what he had in his hand right there.
I totally missed it.
Oh, Noji piated himself.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And that's a big weapon to lose, too.
Definitely. Now, you see a much more defensible position from 1st Ranger Battalion here with MacArthur. TAW had a LMG over here, an MG over here patrolling the bank, but MacArthur just has this rifle here. And I think this is a much better idea because you're not going to be able to pick multiple people coming out. As soon as you kill the first one, they shouldn't peek it again. But now we see this come through, and he may shoot, and he does. I'm sorry I missed it, but knew that was coming as soon as he went into the open like that. But you see he's falling back. He knows that that was a position that is easily open to a grenade or a rocket. There. He has to move.
Yeah, no, that's a one-time position. And so he utilized it, he traded, and we'll see what happens for the rest of it.
Now we see a much faster push from TAW here, with Lord Moist really being aggressive coming through. So we'll see what he actually does with this position as I try and follow him through. Woo! But...
He's taking some MG34 right now. Oh,
that's
actually... Yeah, no, it is a 34.
On the house behind this.
So now we see a huge wall of enemies here, definitely guarding all this flank here.
Absolutely. So the first Rangers have set up a nice spread, but they have overlapping fields of fire across this entire spread, and they're holding all the choke points.
Oh, definitely.
What the hell is that, Noji? What the hell is that?
And Noji getting called out for his kill there, but he almost got another TK on for Wabi as the rocket went right above him.
Absolutely. So he's lucky it was just him.
So we see definitely a huge opposition here. This is the kind of position I would want a sniper in if for these two here. I'm sorry, Broadway and Morgan definitely susceptible to a sniper fire from across the way, but it requires repositioning. We'll see if TAW will do it.
Absolutely. And Lieutenant Colonel Bullock is getting call-outs on this bridge as well, so his position is very instrumental. He's not going for kills so much as just information. He's just trying to find out where the TAW assault is coming from and calling it out to the rest of the team.
Oh, definitely. Now, ooh, MacArthur getting that kill real close.
That was a great shot.
And we see, we have, let me see, Horace and one other person in these buildings here. They're able to actually catch him out, and Wabi gets one, but see if he can actually live through it, which is the huge part. If you just trade, you're not going to win. You have to be able to get back-to-back kills.
Absolutely. So I'm actually first-personing Wabi right now.
Oh, definitely.
He knows someone's there, but he doesn't necessarily want to stick it out.
Definitely. Now, let me see. There we go. Now I'm on Wabi. We've got a huge... You see, you can't see these people very easily. The outline makes it very re-peeking the window is never a good idea as Wabi goes down. Tolson following it up with facepalm and Nyok going down. Ooh dear. So we see, is this Horace the last alive? Yes it is. So oh, we see the enemy coming in the doorway. Nope. Very good call by MacArthur there to come back to the first side, because I would definitely have looked for the door as well. But a beautifully executed defense.
I think so, yeah.
I came over here.
And that was actually, yes, a beautiful defense and a beautiful set of rounds. It was a 4-0 for the first Rangers, but as we stated, it's a friendly, and honestly, it doesn't even go in our record books, so it's just a good time for everybody. And
oh, definitely.
Thanks, TAW, for coming out. That was great.
It was a lot of fun just to watch it, and it's definitely a different game mode than we're used to, but with all game modes, you have to play it, you have to understand the meta associated with it, and get your own ideas of what you need to do and learn from a loss like this.
Absolutely. So I'm going to spawn in, and I'm going to see what the guys want to do, and give me just a moment.
Oh, that's just fine. So thank you all for coming and watching. I believe we'll see if we will be doing a different sort of game mode for this next one. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun to see a vastly different kind of game mode than we're used to, with all the competitive and all the really straight out of the box kind of gameplay we've seen from not just Insurgency, but Dave Infamy as well so far. But seeing something like this, it's definitely showing what the game's capable of when a group has a different opinion of how the game is played, and definitely showing that it's a very fun game mode and would definitely love to play it again as well.
It's taken me a little bit to get in there.
Oh, it's just fine. There's a very large line of people.
Huge line.
And just saying how fun it is to see how far a game can be made to definitely be a little bit different than what may have been anticipated, but can still be exactly like the feel of the game should be.
Absolutely.
But as we see, we've got quite a few players here, so we'd like to definitely thank all the players who came out, not just from TAW, but 1st Ranger Battalion. Thank you all for actually having this and hosting this for us.
All right, guys. So that was an excellent set of rounds. Thank you, TAW, for joining us for this friendly. We really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well.
You got it, Gov.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Wabi, technically on
We're just
Saturday
gonna listen
nights,
to
you
what
run,
he's saying right here.
a Realism, and that can be opened to your members if you guys want to attend tonight. If not, this is the end of our friendly, and you know, you guys can see yourselves out. But if you'd like to stay, we may have somebody that'll be able to run some different rounds on different maps with different weapon sets, and it'll be a lot more relaxed and less official than this. It'll still be the same rule set, but honestly, that's up to you and TAW.
That sounds good. Appreciate it. Totally appreciate you guys showing us how it's done. We learned a lot. It's definitely different from our style of play, and it's, I think, really challenging for a lot of us. So appreciate that, and I hope we have more. I think it ran fairly smoothly. We would like to thank Trisk and Huff as well for volunteering their time to commentate for TAW Twitch. Really appreciate that. Did you guys want to do a round? Something just full out tilt, like 15 minutes or something, and then just end her off?
You talking about just like a normal map round, such as like just pubbing and playing it?
You want to do?
Yeah.
We can do same kind of rules, but attack on attack.
Trent's gonna stick around.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
So if you guys want, we're gonna get going.
All right, and we're
Map, that's up to you guys.
getting a little bit different gameplay here.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanda,
We'll
that
see.
sounds great. We'll just do some pub rounds.
I might play. I might watch someone. I might watch Huff play and see what he
Let's
does.
go
We'll
for
see.
like, maybe take 2 seconds here to go have a quick pee, and we'll start at 7:15.
Thank you, Wabi.
15 sounds great.
All right.
All right, see you in a minute.
We're going to be going live. We'll change the maps to a new map, and we'll be doing a just normal pub round with the TAW members on the map. So anybody that wants to stick around, feel free. If you're going to leave, please do leave now, so that once we can...
All right. So we're. Sorry, Huff. So we're going away from them so they can talk. But
All right.
Tic Tac. Is it all right
So
if
right
we
now we're on intermission.
do something a little bit different after we come back?
It seems as if Wabi would like to just do some pub stuff. Oh my goodness, that was a kill and a half. That Mills bomb.
Oh yes. All right, sounds good. So I think we will be doing something a little bit different then. You can
Absolutely.
get that set up. How would you like to do the streaming and all that stuff? How
So that's
how
up
do you
to
want to
you,
do that?
Trisk. So what this is just pubbing, and I'm probably going to participate. So if you'd like to stream, absolutely feel free. It's the TAW stream. You do your thing. I have no problem with that. But I think this will probably be the end of me commentating because I want to take part and get some kills.
Getting a little antsy as you saw what was going on.
Absolutely.
Now, for this, will there be the timer and all that as well, or
Negative.
how will this? be?
So what we're planning to do, what Wabi was interested in, is just literally just playing the map as intended, as the developers intended. So it'll just be a normal pub round. Just it'll happen to be in a private server.
Oh, it sounds good. I will be able to demonstrate how absolutely wonderful I am at this game, and
Awesome.
not being at all sarcastic about how my skill level is in this. So,
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed commentating with you.
oh, it was a
Hopefully
lot of
some people
fun.
Learn some stuff.
Oh, definitely. And just want to thank you all again for having this actual event with us. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Anytime you guys want, all you gotta do is reach out. You know where our forums are, and we would love to do it again.
Well, sounds good. So we are going to move forward with a small intermission as they get forward, and we are going to switch over to possibly a different map and go from there. So I believe we have a few minutes before we will actually be back with some gameplay. So I'm going to have this here, leave for just 1 second, and then we will be back with a slightly different game.
Absolutely. Thank you again.
Oh, it's no problem.
Have an excellent evening.
You guys too.
User disconnected from your channel.
So as you saw there, definitely a hugely different game mode. So we are going to show actual Day of the normal Day of Infamy as you would see in a as you would get right out of the box and just play in a normal server. So as we're going to go through, I will actually be playing, so this might be a little bit different. I apologize for my skill level. We'll see what all happens, but should be very very interesting to see. Now we're just waiting for it to load, and then we will have an interesting gameplay. My volume will change just a little bit as I get set up and move something real quick, because I don't want my keyboard to be as loud as it could be for this. So we will see how this goes. So we are going to be normal German and see what all happens in this. Now you'll see there's not a great amount of actual difference that you can pick from your loadout, but that's kind of the whole point. You didn't have all the different weapons that you do now. You kind of had to make do. So your sniper has the same exact weapon as your rifleman, just he has a scope on it. Maybe the twist in the barrel's a little different. Maybe the, as he said, maybe the bolt's a straight pull. Maybe it's a greased bolt. You have small differences, but normally in the war you would not be able to have your pick the litter with all the different weapons available. So, just different things that you would see that are different from like Insurgency, where you have so many different weapons to pick from. Everyone has their own little individual preferences and all that. So we will see. But I cannot believe I actually got that kill. That was beautiful. So you'll see me go through. I make different decisions based on what I see, but I like being a sniper. That's usually what I pick for most of my gameplays. But it's always interesting to see what other people did in all of those rounds that we saw previously. But I will try my best to keep an eye on chat and make sure I am presenting the best gameplay I can for you all. But meaning if the gameplay is a bit too distorted, we will I'll switch to just following someone and see what they see instead. So we're gonna go up. Oh, a few people here. I saw someone go up there, but we're gonna swing around because I think someone's coming close. Yep, right there. Oh, well, not my best gameplay, but whoop! I forgot about that. So we will go through. I believe we should be getting started in just a little bit. We're kind of just getting the feel of everything, making sure that we're all in the server and back from our break. You don't want to really start with half your people not there. But moving forward from that kind of a gameplay, this should be a pretty big shift from what people were used to just a minute ago. Whoop. I saw him, but I'm not that quick of a shot with this gun. I don't want to re-peek that because that's a bad plan. Oh, and I switched my weapon back. No. Oh dear. So one of the things that I like about these kinds of games, as opposed to, hey Mr. Cookie, as opposed to games like CSGO, when I switch my weapon after that initial one, it's set to go. All I have to do is pull it out. But in CSGO, you have to prime it, where that means, thank you teammate, whether that means you have to cycle the bolt on the op or anything else like that. So it's a different kind of, I just saw him, a different kind of feel. So it appeals to me, but I understand why they have it, but that's just one of the things I've picked up on as I've played this game more and more, is you don't always notice that until you no longer have to do it. Let me see if I can get rid of that. There we are. So I'll do, you see, now that I've taken the scope off, I can do stripper clips, because with the scope on, you can't actually fit the stripper clip in. It kind of would be off there. And have a good one, Private Brooks. So, wow. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he got cleared out, so we're gonna go upstairs instead. Oh! Whoop. Now, we know we have an enemy there, so we are gonna have to be wary of that end of the street. Oh, that was close. Oh dear. Oh, the PPK. Oof. Ooh. Yeah, Tic Tac, if we do a highlight of the last guy, we have to do like some Mission Impossible music or something. But I think we should be getting started pretty soon. Just waiting for them to give the all clear, and then we will go forward. But yeah, I'm not as used to Day of Infamy as I am with Insurgency, so definitely a huge change in the way you really go about everything. But definitely going through, you'll learn where people are, all that kind of stuff, so. I'm very glad that I didn't play in the match, because I'm not very good at Day of Infamy as opposed to Insurgency, so it's all personal preference, though. Oof. A whole lot of gunfire coming out, though. Oof. Oh, hi.
Ich muss nachladen. Jungs, die Führungsstelle meldet, dass wir TAW verlieren.
Oh dear. Oof. All right. Are we getting started? All right. I don't have a mic. I don't have a radio, so I can't. All right. Yep. If I can type, they would know what I mean. But yes, definitely. 1st Ranger Battalion had a lot of coordination in this game mode, and that really paid off for them. Covering corners, learning from where people died, all that, just absolutely key communication there. So it was wonderful to actually watch and see how you guys performed and did all your actual movements. Doo-doo. I'm not in a very good position right here. So I'll reload and move from there. Whoop! Nope, 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 nope. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Are you ready? We make the big boom. Incoming Stuka.
Help.
He's dead. You see that? He's dead. Stuka coming up.
Oh dear. I'm come on. I should be better than this, I'm sorry. I'm a disappointment. Could be doing so much better. Alright. So we'll go with this and see if I can do any better. I'm not sure why it's so yes, thank you, Das. It would have been awful for everyone to listen to me talk by myself. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. But luckily you're on my team though, because as you may have noticed on the stream, this may not go well. Probably moved at this point. Yep. Oop, there we are. That's where he was. So there's people down in the street right there and at the corner over there as well. So I'm gonna just wait for them to pop out and hopefully get a shot on target. There we are. 1 kill. I'm happy. Whew. Oh dear. Alright. Hopefully.
Pop from here, but I don't have a radio.
That's alright. We got one right here. We're good. Incoming artillery, nation close, boys.
Let's go!
Is this, are we going to start a normal pug or are we going from here?
I don't know. Isn't it already a normal pub?
Ooh. Oh dear. That was strange. So, you may be able to hear that. Whew. Got stuck on the wall. Or the tank. So, as you can see, it's a very interesting dynamic for how your points work and all that. Normally you do not have 800 something waves, so that's a little bit different. But I think I'll give it a couple more kills and I think I'll end it there. Hopefully I can get a kill or two before I end. Leave it on something real good, like a double kill. That would be ridiculous for me. And I tried to reload. Oh dear. Okay. Whew. Okay, I am going to have to change that keybind because that's actually, it's not an issue when I'm watching people, but when I play, that is actually becoming an issue. Oh dear. Alright, so, whew. Them explosions. I love the atmosphere it creates though. It's like, it is deafeningly loud, as you can probably tell, but it would be in real life as well, so it's not like it's annoying for just being annoying.
Die
It's
Führungsstelle meldet,
a
dass
more
wir Dora
realistic feel.
verlieren.
It's atmospheric. That's the word. So, going through, I'm a very, more or less, I would say, aggressive player. Getting to objectives like that, I'm rushing, but
Die
still gonna take the
Führungsstelle
shot
meldet,
if
dass
I
wir
have to. Oh, I got my 2 kills, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for joining us. We had a lot of fun, both, I would say. I'm going to speak for Huff here. We had a lot of fun hosting this and giving it all to you. So thank you all for watching, and we'll let you know when we do our next Insurgency or Day of Infamy type event. So thank you all for coming. And I guess Trish checking out.